Alright guys, it's time for another video, so happy Thursday. Today let's talk about creating amazing main characters. Main characters are the center of your story. Everything that happens in the world that you've created affects the main character, which is why readers want to read the book anyway. So what makes a compelling main character? Well, I think first of all, their conflict has to be interesting, and the way that they deal with that conflict should be new, it should be intriguing, it should be something that the reader can relate to, but maybe also something that's so completely different they really want to know. How does someone who's like this deal with this problem? Or maybe the problem itself is so common that it's just nice to see how someone else deals with it, whether they're different or if they're very similar to us. I know for me, one of the writers who does a great job with this is Laurie Haltz Anderson. She wrote Speak, Winter Girls, goodness, she also has a bunch of books on slavery and other historical things, Ashes, I can't remember the other ones. I haven't read those ones, but I've read a lot of her other books which deal with depression, sexual abuse, eating disorders, and other problems that are so common, especially in adolescence. And she writes it so well so that it seems real. And when I was in high school, those books appealed to me so much because I was either surrounded by people with those problems or I had those problems myself. So say that your main character is in a fantastical world and her challenge or his challenge is to defeat an evil dragon. That's not something that we can necessarily relate to in this real life experience, but what you do in that scenario is you pull in some realistic things. You know, what is it about facing a dragon that is so relatable? First of all, it's something very daunting, it's intimidating, and it takes a lot of bravery. And you also have to have a certain set of skills, you know, different strengths, physical strengths, and emotional too, because I don't know about you, but I love dragons, and even if a dragon was really evil, I wouldn't want to kill it. You know, so I mean, different things like that. You could even relate it to like killing a spider. I personally hate spiders, but that doesn't mean I want to kill them. I make my husband do it. So little things like that, you can pull that into it and make it seem like it could happen to you, or at least that you almost wish it could. That's one of the coolest things, is if a writer is able to make a world so cool that you just want to hop into it. And also, I think making a main character that is really cool that you want to meet them, that's huge. Think of Sherlock Holmes. Think of Frodo and Gandalf. I mean, oh my word, Gandalf, and you know, Harry Potter, all of the super popular names that you can think of in the literary world. One of the reasons they're so popular is because the characters are so dang awesome and you just want to meet them. And so reading the stories, a part of it is the characters. It's not so much the writer. The writer kind of goes to the background. I don't know how many books I have read where I haven't even paid attention to the name on the cover, which is hilarious because my whole thing when I was 4 years old, I decided, hey, I want to write a book because I wanted my name on the cover. That doesn't really matter. It's your characters. They're everything. They're absolutely everything. And you can put the same character through so many different experiences. That's why there are TV shows. That's why there's book series. That's why there's sequels to movies. That's why there's prequels, because we love the characters and we think that no matter what they go through, we want to watch and we want to see what they do because we admire them, because we're scared of them, because we love them. we have a love-hate relationship with them, maybe. I'm a huge fan of Moriarty in the BBC version of Sherlock. Huge, huge fan. He is so despicable that he's awesome. If you have an evil character, make them evil but also likable. Or not, just make them plain terrible and hateful. Maybe pitiful or not. I mean, your story is your story. Your characters are your characters. No one can really tell you how to write your characters. So naturally, I'm making a video of how to create good characters. But really, it comes down to your instinct. Whatever you feel that character is, and whoever you feel they are, and who they're becoming, you know, whatever happens for them to have a character arc, meaning, you know, they start here and they grow the entire process. Whatever that character arc is to you, that's the reality, and stick with that. As it keeps changing through different revisions, go with it. Just trust your instinct. And trust the characters too. They'll tell you, at least they do for me. They tell me if I'm doing something wrong. It's kind of like voices in my head. It's a little weird, but that's okay. That's the life of a writer. Everything is weird, and everything is awesome. You know, everything's awesome. I think that's all I've got for you guys. I just kind of rambled on about a bunch of stuff, and hopefully you guys will like the video and subscribe. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week. Let me know if there's any cool ideas you have for me to make a video on. Please. Alright, you guys take care. Bye.